Gingerbread cookies find their way into every holiday. With their cute, whimsical shapes, their simple decorations, and their warm spice flavors, they make every holiday a little better. These cookies will hold their shape, they'll be lightly crisped, but they remain tender. So what do you say we have some fun and make them together? The recipe is in the description below. Print that out and you can follow along. First, we'll combine our dry ingredients. I'm using a scale. If you have one, I highly recommend it. For accuracy, it's the best. You need 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, or 440 grams. Next, we'll add our spices. I have everything right here. We need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, that is 6 grams. Next, we need a ½ teaspoon of salt, this is 3 grams. 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, this is going to give us our ginger flavor, that's 2 grams. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, that's 2 grams. We have 1/8 teaspoon of ground allspice. This is a pinch, or 0.3 grams. It's a tiny little bit, but they pack a powerful punch. Same thing with the ground cloves. We have 1/8 teaspoon, a small pinch, or 0.3 grams. And that's it. Give that a whisk. Next, we'll combine our wet ingredients. We're starting with butter in the bowl of a stand mixer or a large bowl if you're hand mixing. Put your room temperature soft butter in the bowl. This is 10 tablespoons or 142 grams. Put the paddle attachment on. And we're going to mix this butter for about 1 minute or until it's smooth. Okay, the butter is creamed. Now we'll add 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar. This is 150 grams. I'm going to turn the mixer up to medium and cream this butter and sugar together for about a minute. The butter and the brown sugar is creamed nicely. Now we're going to add 2/3 cup of molasses in. This takes a moment. This is 160 milliliters. Once you get your molasses in your bowl, beat it on medium-high until it's creamy and smooth and combined, about a minute. This mixture is creamy and combined. Now we'll add 1 egg. This is at room temperature. Turn this down, just mix it on low until it is completely combined. Now we're adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla, that's 5 milliliters. Now we're going to beat this on high for 2 minutes. This mixed for 2 minutes. It is beautiful. It's nice and smooth. Give your bowl a good scrape. Now the last step is adding our dry ingredients in. The secret to a moist cookie is not over mixing it once you put the flour in. So I will turn this on and let the mixer do some of the work, and then I will shut it off and mix the rest by hand. So the dough is almost completely combined. We will do the rest by hand. You just want to make sure that you have all of the dry ingredients combined clear to the bottom of the bowl. Look for unmixed flour. We'll divide this dough into half, into 2 portions, and we will be placing this in the refrigerator to chill. A 3 to 4 hour chill is best, and this can be made 2 to 3 days in advance if you want to do this way ahead of time. This will stay nicely in the refrigerator for a few days until you're ready for it. Fold a piece over, Press down on it. And we'll refrigerate these for a few hours. The dough is ready. It chilled for just under 4 hours. Turn your oven to 350, 180 Celsius, and let's have some fun cutting out shapes. You'll want to flour your surface really well. Though this dough has chilled, it still remains very sticky. Flour the surface, flour on top. I'm using an adjustable rolling pin. If you don't have one of these, I'd recommend it. It's super nice. This has adjustable rings. This one is set at 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters. It has different sizes, but this ensures that your dough is the same thickness everywhere around. It's just really, really nice. So I'm going to start rolling from the center out. Once you have your dough rolled to 1/4 inch thick, or 6 millimeters, then you can start using your little cookie cutters. I have a few here that I'm going to do. Put a little bit of a bit of flour somewhere so you can dip your cutter into it before you use it so that they don't stick. And then just start putting them onto a baking sheet. I have this lined with parchment paper. Just start cutting them out. My oven is preheated to 350, so I will put these in the oven. I'm going to bake them anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. I will set the timer for 10 minutes and check them then. We're looking for the outer edges to be just slightly browned, and they'll be puffed up a little bit. Okay, the timer went off. Let's see. They are done. And they look super cute. 10 minutes in the oven. Now I'm going to put them on a cooling rack here and let them sit for at least 5 minutes to cool. They'll set and they'll continue to bake just a tiny bit, and then I'll remove them to a wire rack. I have cookies cooling all around me. They smell wonderful. While they are still warm, we're going to make some icing. I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. I just measured this out. It's 240 grams. Put the scale aside. And I'm going to sift the powdered sugar right into my mixing bowl. We're sifting this because powdered sugar is notorious for lumps, and we want this to be nice and smooth. So I'm going to sift it. Now that the powdered sugar is sifted, we'll add 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. That is 45 milliliters. Just pour it right into your powdered sugar. We'll add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla for flavoring. That's 2.5 milliliters. And we're adding 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup. This says it is not high fructose corn syrup. So we're adding 1 tablespoon in. This is 15 milliliters. The reason we're adding corn syrup is to keep the icing a little tiny bit softer. So it will still harden. You'll still be able to stack the cookies, but when you bite into a cookie, it's not rock hard like a regular royal icing. This works some magic and you'll really appreciate it. I just did this on one of my last batches and I actually got compliments on the flavor and the texture of the icing. So now we mix. If you're hand mixing, just start out slow so that the powdered sugar doesn't fly all over the place. And I'm using a paddle attachment. And we're going to mix this until it's nice and smooth, and then I have regular milk sitting here, which I will add in for my desired consistency. So first step is to mix. Okay, I let this mix for a while. I'm going to scrape the bowl down. And I just want to show you the consistency before we add the milk. It's really thick. So you can see this is really, really thick, and that is not what we want. So now we'll add milk until we get that consistency that we're looking for. I added the rest of the milk in and I want the powdered sugar to dissolve, so I'm just letting this mix for 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, the icing is at the consistency that I want it at. It's I want it thick, I want it to flow smoothly but slowly, and that's exactly what it's doing. So I'm going to put this in a couple of decorating bags, piping bags. I have one bag fitted with a number 3 open round tip, and I have one with a number 4. Now I just get to have some fun decorating. So I'm going to stop decorating just for a moment. I just want to say, look how cute these are. They are fun, they are whimsical. They don't have to be perfect. You can even let the kids decorate these. They're just fun. They brighten up any holiday cookie tray and they taste good. They're not hard and crisp, they're tender, you can see, and yet they have like little crisped edges. They're delicious. I do hope you give these a try. If you love baking cookies, check out my cookie playlist. This was fun, and I look forward to baking with you in the next video.